Continuing on with our SteelSeries Arctis Nove Pro extravaganza here. I completely forgot which video we're on. I don't know, maybe number 5 or something like that. But again, now we are going to start covering these headsets versus some competitors. And what better place to start than my number 1 headset, the Audeze Penrose. And I know what a lot of you are saying, well, Techne, it's not really fair to compare them to the wired one. We should go wireless to wireless, which, yeah, that is going to be our primary focus here. But I will chime in about the wired version one as well, just to again cover all of our bases. Now, as far as headset to headset, we have to start with comfort. And clear as day, taking a look at my Audeze Penrose, I have these things severely modded. I have Wicked Cushion Freeze, the gel cushions on right here. The stock cushions are very chintzy, very just not comfortable. The headband is very minimal, so I have this replacement headband on here. By the way, links for all this stuff down in the description. You can watch my mod video on this on how to do it. Out of the box, the Audeze Penrose are not cozy. Modded up, stinking cozy hands down. Now coming over to the SteelSeries, these things are incredibly cozy right out of the box. Nice lightweight headband, your head just floats up right there. These ear pads are incredibly plush. You just sink in and just form to your head. They're so nice. Now they're fully pleather on the outside and inside, so yes, your ears do get a little bit spicy in them. Now unfortunately, on the SteelSeries Nove Pro Wireless, when you pop the ear cushion off, you'll see inside there you have this little nub for your active noise cancellation. And unfortunately for me, when this headset just starts budging or I'm chewing or something, I feel that little nub touch the inside of my ear just on the side or something like that. So that's gonna be different for person to person, but for me, that was quite annoying. I wish they did not have that there. But as you see, both headsets do have complete swivel, a little bit inside, a little bit out. The Audeze Penrose a little bit looser. I don't know if this is just because I've used the heck out of them, but again, a little bit looser. The SteelSeries one definitely feels a little firmer, but again, these are brand new, so I don't know if we can really say that. The new SteelSeries headset does adjust on that arm right there, as you see, sliding in and out, and then you also have the headband to adjust. On the Penrose, it's traditional, again, clicky arm going right there, and of course, your ear cups go in and out. Now, one area of significant difference is the weight of these headsets. Let's go on and slap the Nove Wireless on right here, and we are going to get 336 or 338 grams. Now we come over to the Audeze Penrose and put these bad boys on. Again, I got a couple mods on here, but we are getting 450 grams. And no joke, no exaggeration, you can clear as day feel that in the hand. It is a night and day difference. The Audeze Penrose are hands down heavier than the Arctis Pro or Arctis Nove Pro Wireless. Now, when you take these headsets and put them on your head, again, I gotta say this here, guys, and I gotta say it lightly, and I hope you guys stick with me. My Audeze Penrose are modded. I want to make that clear, right? Out of the box, no, this headset's not very comfortable, right? But when you put it on your head with these mods, you don't notice that weight. It just sinks in right there. Very cozy on the ears, very cozy on the head. No, I don't game with the hat on, so if you're talking with the bald head right here, it's still incredibly cozy. Coming over to the Arctis Nove Pro Wireless, putting these on, oh man, it just wraps around my head. It's just perfect. Your ears, again, they do get a little bit spicy. You kind of feel that clamminess on your ears. That's a little bit of a stinker. I wish they would have included some of their original mesh, the air weave cushions. That would have been really good. But clear as day, out of the box, 1-to-1, no questions asked. We have to get the win for out of the box comfort to the Arctis Nove Pros. Now, if you mod your Audeze Penrose, which you're talking, what are the ear cushions? About 30 bucks, give or take. I think this headband was 10 bucks. So again, if you count those mods into it, I would give them both a pass right there. Again, you don't really notice that weight. So modded, they both get a win, but out of the box, clear as day, the SteelSeries gets the win. Now, how about the build of these headsets? And just looking them over, they are both pretty much completely plastic in every key point. The SteelSeries has a metal reinforced headband up here, which I still don't understand, because when you stretch it out, the headband in here stops you from stretching it out anymore. That's really not a weak point up there. Our weak points are over here in the arm, and then our fork, and then in our ear cup, which all of that is plastic now. On the previous Pros, that was metal, but again, all of our key points are plastic. Coming over here to Audeze Penrose, again, everything is plastic. You have a little metal reinforced with inside there, but again, everything is plastic. And I have heard multiple takes on both of these headsets. People having build build quality issues as far as them snapping one way or another. Not the new ones here, but the old Arctis Pros breaking over here on the hinges. And again, you have the same build here. You have the same, except it's plastic. So will we see the same results as the old ones? I don't know. Only time will tell. I can tell you out of the box, this is kind of loose. Me using my other Pros, my older ones, again, they loosened up over 2 years or so, but they never broke on me. And again, I use the heck out of this, move them all around, bang them around in multiple reviews, and mine are still holding up perfectly fine. Take care of your stuff, guys. Don't throw it down and, you know, all sorts of stuff, and you'll be perfectly fine. As far as my durability take on these, twisting them up, again, I'm not very comfortable with either of them. I think they're both fine. I don't think you're gonna really have any issues with them. But again, neither of them are built like stinking tanks, you know what I mean? Just be careful with them, and I think you'll be fine. But as far as build on both of them, I give them both an All right, let's talk features and functions on both of these headsets, and both of these are packing a lot. Now, starting off with the Audeze Penrose back left ear cup, as you see, you have your volume wheel and your mic wheel, and both of these can be pressed down, like again, to select like a sound profile or something right in there. Both of these wheels are multifunction. You have your 3.5 port, your USB-C charging port, which by the way, this headset gets up to 15 hours of battery life, microphone port, your source selecting button right there. Over here is your power button, and your mute button is actually on the side of the ear cup for your microphone, which by the way, again, your microphone is detachable. Now taking a look at the SteelSeries Nova Pro Wireless, you have your power button up here, which can also be controlled as your active noise cancellation on or off. You have your mic mute button, your volume wheel right over here, which also can be held down to control your bass station over here, which is really cool. You have all your settings in here where you can adjust your EQ and just about everything for the headset you can control right in this, but it's cool you can control it right from the headset as well by holding it down. I go detailed into that in the standalone review if you want to check that. Now, your microphone is retractable. Push it in right there, and again, your mute button's on the back side. Your ear cups are replaceable, and as you see, you actually have mobile charging right over here, which you can plug in by USB-C, and you get up to 22 hours per battery on this headset. Per battery, as you can see, you have interchangeable battery right in here. Your other one is right on the side. And the cool thing about this, it has a little chip to save in there. So you can change this battery out, flop the new one in, and it will still stay connected for, I believe it's up to 8 or 10 seconds. And then, of course, on the Nova Pros, you also have Bluetooth, which you can use this as multifunction as far as play, pause, whenever you're watching videos or calls. Now, I want to touch on the features and functions of both of these headsets. And while I'm touching on this, I am going to be using a microphone of each headset. Number one, talking about features and functions, touching on everything I talked about of the Audeze Penrose. It has everything you need. Again, it has that Bluetooth. It does have software you can dive into. The Audeze software is horrible. It's not very user-friendly. I personally don't like it. But the great thing about it, and we'll talk about this more into the sound, you don't need it. It's out of the box great. Again, you don't have to dabble with the software. One thing I will recommend you doing if you're on the software, because I remember when I started using them, the side tone was automatically on, and you'd constantly get this little hiss or the static in the background, right? So you get in there, you turn off that side tone, and then that does go away. But again, you have all the features and functions in there. I love the detachable microphone. By the way, it does come with that windscreen, which you all know I prefer to use because I got those P's and T's, and it just dims it down a little bit. Now, yes, the battery life is shorter in this thing, but I say just charge it and you're perfectly fine, whatever. One thing I do want to mention is the range of these headsets. The Audeze Penrose range is horrible. It is bad. I will just step out of my room right here. I don't know how much that is. What is that? I don't know, 10 feet or something. I don't know. Anyways, it is minimal. It just starts breaking up, go connecting, disconnecting, connecting, disconnecting. It is seriously bad, you know what I mean? And now you're hearing the microphone from the SteelSeries Arctis Nove Pro Wireless right here. As you see, I do have the included windscreen off. That's because I really like that notification up at the front here. You see it turns red whenever it's muted. It's just something I like. It's a peace of mind. Okay, 100% my mic is muted right here. If I got to yell at the kids or something like that, you know what I mean? No, but seriously, I really like that right there. I love also how the microphone is fully retractable in there and it's just meshed with the headset. It looks really good. Now, talking to features and functions of the Arctis Nove Pro Wireless. It takes the win easily, hands down. The interchangeable battery is fantastic. I love the retractable microphone. I love the notification on the front right there. The base station. Like, come on. It makes it simple where everything can be controlled right on it. Dabble with an EQ, dabble with your Bluetooth, your mic volume. Everything's controlled right on it.
It does it all, and it does it all simple. Now, if any of you has watched my review of the wired versatile wireless, there's one feature on the wired one I wish this had, is where I can actually set this button down here to be a mute button. But whatever, it's wireless, so this is going to be off in a distance. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Hopefully in a firmware update that they do allow us to do that right there. But everything's easier. The range is better. The battery life is better. The features are just done much better. Even though this has everything you need, the Bluetooth here and everything, it's much easier to operate, and it all works better on the Arctis Nove Pro wireless.
All right, so now for one of the key points I know a lot of you are curious about, the sound difference compared to both of these headsets. Okay, now one thing I forgot to mention even in features and functions is yes, both of these headsets can be used across every single platform. Your PS4, your PS5, your Series X, your Mac, your PC, your Switch, whatever. Again, you got Xbox and USB-C or USB port on the Arctis Nove Pro wireless. Over here on the Audeze, you have a little switch on your dongle that says Xbox and PC, and again, both of them can be used across every single platform wirelessly. And the sound we're going to talk about is pretty much the exact same across each platform, which is really cool to be able to say that. Okay, so talking about the Arctis Nove Pro wireless here, you're using 40mm drivers with a frequency range of 10 to 22,000. Over here on the Audeze Penrose, you're using 100mm planar magnetic drivers with all their flexor arrays and all sorts of crazy talk here with a frequency range of 10 to 50,000 wirelessly. Wow. Okay, numbers are numbers, whatever. Let's push those aside. Let me talk about them, okay? Let's talk about this right here. Number one, short, sweet, to the point. Is there a sound difference? Hands down, all day long, there is a big sound difference. Okay, let's talk about the SteelSeries first. All right, we were kind of coming fresh off this test right here. This is very loud, it's punchy, it's detailed, and it's crisp, and it's doing that right there. You're getting a great sound with the Arctis Nove Pro wireless. You really are. You're getting a great sound, but it stops right there. Like I stated in my review, it's nothing that's like, yo, wow, let me go play that again. It's like a remastered game because of sound. You're not really getting that with this. You did get that with the wired version. Okay, when I talked about that, you did get that with the wired version. When I was playing the Uncharted, I was like, holy smokes. Like it started shaking in my head in certain moments. The detail in the FPS playing Halo that I heard, I still got that detail. And again, if I was playing competitive, I still felt I had that, but I had more with the wired version here. It was just drastically different. Talking about the wired version on PC, you get high res, but even on console running wired, you still got better sound right there. It was just so detailed and crisp. Again, you got a great sound right here. Over here, you got an amazing sound. Oh, hopefully that makes sense with it, right? But again, our best comparison is wireless to wireless. I just had to chime in with that. Talking about the Audeze Penrose, the sound, guys. I've said this again and again and again, and I still stick to it. The sound of the Audeze Penrose is something that has to be experienced. I can sit here and praise it all day long, and, you know, again, I know sound is subjective, right? There's going to be that one or two people out there, maybe more, whatever, that'll be like, I couldn't stand the sound of the Penrose. It just wasn't for me. You know what I mean? But no joke, me testing so many headphones, so many headsets, having so many over there cycling through them, the sound of the Audeze Penrose is an experience. It really is. And it's not this overdone, drastic, ridiculous experience. It is an experience that covers everything in gaming as far as immersion, detail, clarity. It's in your face. You play a game with these and it's like, wow, it has everything. It has the dialogue where their voices aren't just high pitched. It has that backbone in that dialogue, a little bit of bass in the voice right there. The gunshots are full and punchy, not just high-pitched in this screechy thing, you know what I mean? The wind, when you hear wind in an environmental game, it's not full of bass and mushy. It sounds so true. It's when I put these on, I feel like I'm like in a movie theater. I'm just enthralled into whatever I'm doing. Like you see, you hear me talking here, guys. I don't script or nothing, okay? I just use these products and talk about them. And I swear up and down by the sound of the Audeze Penrose. It is something you need to experience because it is so amazing. And yes, it blows the sound quality away of the Arctis Pro wireless. It clear as day does. If you want to get close to this, you're going to have to go with the wired version. And I do think the wired version is very good. Is it as good as the sound of this? It's very close. Okay, when you're on high res on PC, let me state that. Let me be clear right there. When you're on high res on PC, you're very close right here. You really are. But I would still give the advantage to the Audeze Penrose in getting that with a wireless headset. Yo, what a complete win. And for sound, the Audeze Penrose take the easy win. All right, so stick with me here. Please stick with me. I know you're like, okay, the video's done. I got what I needed. But no. Stick with me through this, okay? I want to talk with you guys right here. Because, again, this is a hard video for me to make. It clear as day was. And I'm sure some things in your mind, you're kind of like, dude, I don't know what to get, or, this, that, or the other, It's really hard. It really is a hard decision here. The Audeze Penrose coming at $300. The Arctis Nove Pro Wireless coming at $350. The wireless are $250, okay? Or the wired are $250. But again, one-to-one, we have to go wireless to wireless. We just have to, right? So you're talking a $50 premium over here on the Nove Pros. You're paying for extra features, I really feel like over here. The active noise cancellation, stuff like that, you know what I mean? The comfort out of the box does win, even with that goofy nub in the middle for the active noise cancellation. I love the simplicity of the base station and controller and everything. But when I sit here and ask myself, how often am I going to really utilize that stuff and justify it compared to the Audeze Penrose? I just don't know if it really justifies it, you know what I mean? Going wireless to wireless here. I would get more enjoyment when I was gaming out of this. I think I would get a better user experience out of this, if that makes sense. Again, user experience, when I'm dabbling and using it. When I'm actually gaming, I'm going to get a better experience over here. I'm going to say you're going to save $50 over here, but that's also not fair, because I'm going to say the only way to really recommend this is if you go get your Wicked cushions and you get your headband, and you're going to be very comfortable out of the box. Well, you're going to be about that same price. So price difference, we really can't argue right here. Man, it is really tough. This is where I would go, okay? Honestly, right here. This is where my palms are sweating, right? This is tough for me, guys. This is what I would do as an honest consumer to consumer, nerd to nerd, fan right here. If I was looking for a wireless headset, clear as day, I would still go Audeze Penrose. No questions asked. I would go Audeze Penrose, and I would still recommend these. Now, if you were hooked on going SteelSeries and you kind of want to try out this new thing over here, I would say, as I did in my comparison of both of these, I would say go with the wired version. I really think you're going to have a better experience with the wired version. Now, it really stinks if you're on console. Like me on my console, I kick back on a lazy boy, my TV's across the room, I kick my feet up. Now, the wired version is really going to stink for that, even though the wires do reach quite far. Again, wireless is wireless, and it's really fun. I would say go with the wired version of this to get that better sound experience and really just indulge into whatever game you're playing. But if you need wireless, Audeze Penrose takes the win yet again. So I know you guys have a lot more questions and a lot more comparisons you want, and like I stated, I will have all of them coming. We are just about maybe halfway through this extravaganza here. Again, I got a lot more coming for you guys, so make sure to subscribe and hit that bell, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.